Hello everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, guys. Welcome to our first demo with the data engineering with Google Cloud Platform. Hope you all can hear me. Can you guys confirm once? Is it audible clearly?
Yes, sir. It is audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Yeah, thanks for confirming. And this is our first demo, guys. Okay, great. Yeah. So this is our first demo, sir, on data engineering with the Google Cloud Platform. And in this demo, hope you all can see my screen as well. In this demo, we are going to discuss about few topics. First, I'm going to tell you about what is data engineering. And in this one, we are going to see what is data engineering, what is the role of a data engineer. If you wanted to become a data engineer, what are the skills that you have to learn? That is going to be concentrated on this particular topic. And after that, we are going to see what is Google Cloud Platform and what is the role of if I wanted to become a GCP data engineer, what are the topics that we need to focus on? We are going to see in the Google Cloud Platform overview. And after that, I will talk about the detailed course curriculum. So what are the topics that we are going to cover entire this session for the next 2 months? What are the cloud basics that we are covering, as well as the data engineering tools that in the GCP we are going to cover? I am going to tell you in the detailed course curriculum. And after that, and we will be talking about the course details, timings, the notes, and the recording sessions, how you have to access it, all of those details, as well as if you guys have any questions, we will take it up at the end. Okay, so this is all about the agenda, guys, that we are going to discuss today. Okay, so we will be starting with what is data engineering, then Google Cloud Platform, then course curriculum and course details. Okay, so you can think of like a 1 hour movie that you are going to watch today. And in this movie, if you don't expect anything in the 10 minutes of the movie, once you have watched the entire movie, if you are having any questions, we will take it up at the end of the day. Okay, so that is what we are going to see, guys. Before entering into the topics, let me gonna tell you about myself. Guys, my name is Shaik Saidhul, I would say. Okay, my name is Shaik Saidhul. I have total 8+ years of experience in the data and AI world. I have completed my master's from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, NIT Trichy. And currently I'm working as a solution architect as a full-time at Contech. This is my company. And I'm also a Databricks consultant. I'm also a consultant at a Databricks. Okay, so this is all about me, guys. So my name is Shaik Saidhul. I have total 8 years of experience as a data engineer, I would say. I've completed my master's degree from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. Currently, I am working at 2 companies, I would say. One is as a consultant at Databricks and a solution architect at Contech. And I've been teaching the GCP from last 1.5 years. And before that, I used to teach Azure. Okay, so I have been working on almost all the cloud platform, AWS, Azure, and GCP, also IBM Cloud. So I have a good experience on these cloud platforms, guys. Okay, so this is all about me. So now we are going to start with our first topic, that is what is data engineering. Okay, so before jumping into the session, hope you all can hear me. If you guys are facing any issues with the audio or video, please let me know upfront. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about what is data engineering, which is a very important, guys, because we must know what is data engineering before we wanted to learn about the data engineering. Okay, to talk about what is data engineering, you can go 10 years back or 15 years back. If you go back in time and if you see, at that point of time, the data was very less because the technology was not that much advancement. You do have a very less amount of applications. You do have a very less amount of web services. If you wanted to interact with an application at that point of time, the data generation was very less. But nowadays, the data generation is very huge every day from waking up in the morning, you're going to be interacting with an application for rising for booking a ride, or for ordering a food, or going somewhere. So you are trying to interact with the multiple applications in every day. So whenever you are interacting with an application, that application generates the data, and that data is going to be stored in multiple locations, right? So that is where the data generation happens. So you interact with an application, or some device interacts with an application. For example, there is a sensor. From the sensor, whenever it detects something, it stores the data, right? So the data is generated at multiple applications, or the data generated at multiple databases, or the data generated at a sensor devices. Okay, so you will be having a data generated in multiple applications, or the data may be coming from a file formats as well. Sometimes if you go some production forms or a medical forms, the data is actually stored in the form of a CSV file. Someone is manually entering it. So that is a one more type of a file format that you are actually getting as a data source. And you may be getting the data from a databases, and sometimes you may get the data from a IoT devices, right? IoT devices, sensor devices, something like that. So what is our agenda? Sir, we know that the data is generated at multiple data sources. What we have to do? Okay, what businesses think is that whatever the data source that you are getting from, that means you are getting the data from these multiple data sources. What the business think is that if they try to understand this data, if they try to analyze this data will give you some kind of a insights. What it will give you, sir? This data will give you some kind of a insight. These insights are very, very, very useful for the business improvement. Okay, so if you wanted to improve your business, you understand your data first. You need to understand your data, and then you need to analyze the data. When you are doing some kind of a analysis on top of your data, that data gives you some kind of a insights. Those insights are very useful for the business improvement. One of the live example nowadays you are seeing is that the big billion days, right? So Amazon sales, what is happening, how these concepts came into the picture is that it's because of this analysis reports only. So when they try to understand the data, they got to know that the sales were very less at that point of time. Our sales were very high at this point of time. So they introduced that multiple offers on top of these products. That's where the big billion days come into the picture, the Amazon sales. So when they try to understand the data, you are going to get some kind of a insights. Then you are going to create some kind of a concept such as big billion days, so that you are going to improve your business. When I say improving the business, you are going to increase the customer. You wanted to increase more customers, or you wanted to increase the customer behavior or improve the customer behavior, or you wanted to increase the sales. So such a kind of activities may happen when you try to understand the data. Okay, so that is where these business managers, whatever they are here, right, these business managers are going to talk with the data engineers that they wanted to do this kind of analysis. They wanted to understand this data, analyze this data, they wanted to get these insights. So that's where these business managers are going to interact with the data engineers for this entire activity. So that's where what is our first agenda is to, so if you wanted to understand the data, or if you wanted to analyze the data, you need to have the data in single location, because your application may be running in some server, or your file is there in some other location, some other server, or your database is running in some other location, maybe US regions or something, or your sensor devices data is there in some other storage device. So what is our first attempt towards the data engineering is that extracting this data, extracting the data or collecting the data from these multiple data sources and putting that into the data lake. Okay, extracting the data from the multiple data locations or data sources, we are going to putting the data into the one single location called data lake. And after that, you do the data processing on top of it, because whatever the data that you got from the data sources may not be in a usable format. So that is the reason we wanted to add some kind of a value to the data. We wanted to convert the format so that I can analyze the data in the warehouses. Okay, so a data warehouse is a location where it comes up with a built-in query engine which is capable of running the SQL queries, where you can able to analyze your data properly. So that's where if you wanted to store the data and analyze the data, you need to follow these all the aspects. So that's where the data engineers are involved in. So the data engineers work on the data collection, data storage, data processing, data warehousing. So that's where they are going to create some kind of a tables. These tables are very useful for the downstream, such as BI. Nowadays, you are also seeing that Power BI developer or a Tableau developer. What they are trying to do, sir? They are going to create some kind of a visualizations, because no one wanted to l- see the tabular data. They wanted to understand the data in a pictorial view. So that's where the BI came into the picture. On top of this data, the machine learning engineers are going to be creating some kind of a models. The data scientist will try to create some kind of a future patterns. And that's where the business groups come into the picture by taking these tables for the business improvement directly. Okay, so in a data engineering, you will be doing the data collection, data storage, data collection, nothing but data ingestion from the multiple data sources, data lake for the data storage, and data processing to do some kind of a value to the data, data warehousing for storing and analyzing the data using a simple language called SQL, and these are your downstreams. Okay, and not only that, the data engineers are also working on the data governance and monitoring, which is a very, very important aspect, that we don't want it to deal with the bad data throughout the data, because if you deal with the bad data, the analysis reports will give you a wrong results, which returns does not improve your business, right? So that is the reason data governance talks about the data accuracy and completeness, which is a very, very important aspect for the business managers to make sure their data is accurate and complete and quality enough throughout this entire pipelines or the platform, I would say. So that whatever the pipelines that you are creating, because we are very lazy. Not only that, not only everyone is lazy, we don't want it to do the things manually. Even though you are very active also, you can't process that much amount of data manually, because the amount of data that you're dealing today is in a very terabytes, very huge amount of data. So that is, you call it as a big data. So what is big data? The volume is very high, the velocity is very high, the variety is also very high. So that is the reason. So manually processing this data or manually storing this data will actually create a lot of problems. And one more thing is that it is not possible sometimes. So that's where we are going to create an end-to-end pipelines. You can think of like this is a one pipeline. So in this pipeline, you are using the data collection, you are storing the data, you're processing the data, you're analyzing the data, and you are moving this data to the multiple downstreams as well. And monitoring these pipelines is a one more activity for the data engineers, because if something goes wrong in the pipeline, you have to fix that. Otherwise, there will be a problem again. So this is what is data engineering, sir. In a simple words, if I have to talk about, so data engineering is a process of collecting the data, organizing the data, and preparing the large amounts of the data for the analysis purpose. The main purpose is that, so that data that we are dealing is maybe the current data. The data that we are talking about may be the historical data, But what we wanted to do it, we wanted to extract this data from the data sources. We wanted to prepare it for the analysis. The preparation of the data is nothing but a data processing. There are plenty of tools available nowadays for the data processing. And you need to store the data. There are plenty of data solutions for the data storage purpose as well, data analysis also. And we will see all of those tools one by one later. The concept is that what is data engineering? It's a process of collecting, organizing, and preparing the large amounts of the data for the data analysis purpose. In this process, you may be you may be building a system or a pipeline which automatically capture the data, store the data, and process the data efficiently, right? So because we already know that we are not doing the things manually, we wanted to build a systems or pipelines which make sure that it captures the data automatically, process the data efficiently. So this is what is data engineering, sir. Okay, so what is a data engineer do every day? What is the role of a data engineer? If you ask me, what the a data engineer do every day, if you ask me, sir, the same thing. He works on the data ingestion. He will put his brain into how to extract the data from the data sources in an efficient manner. He will also work on data storage and management, which is a very, very important aspect that we already know that we are dealing with a very huge amount of data. The solution or the tool, it should capable of storing any amount of data. It should be scalable. It should also provide the properties like security and access control. So that we need to properly come up with a data storage and management. And data processing is a one more bigger topic that where we have to process it, how we have to process it, what we have to process it. All of those details we have to talk about one by one. And later, the data engineer should also work on the data quality and governance. Data quality and governance make sure that the data that is moving in or in transit is accurate and complete throughout these entire platforms, which is a very, very important aspect. And the data pipelines, as I told you, we are not working on the things manually. We wanted to make the things automated fashion, whether it is a batch pipelines or a streaming pipelines. We want the data pipelines to be created and it is going to be running in an automated fashion. And we are also working on the data optimization. If some query taking a lot of time, or if some pipeline taking a lot of time, or if some pipeline is failing due to some issue, and we wanted to check it out, we wanted to monitor it, we wanted to optimize it, making sure that it is running in a proper time and in an effective manner, right? So that comes under the data optimization, sorry, performance optimization. And we will be seeing a lot more things in the performance optimization. Whatever I am talking about here, such as data ingestion, data storage, data processing, and all of these things, we are going to cover in our next 60 days, all about these concepts only. And because if you go for interview, at least one question or two questions on each and every topic. Okay, they mainly focus on two topics, guys, these two things. They mainly focus on the two topics. So data processing and data optimization. So if you know how to optimize the data, they think that the interviewer think that you already know all other topics. So that is what is a conception. So that is the reason in our upcoming sessions, we will be mainly focusing on data optimizations, because if you know the basics, if you know the process to if you know the how to do the data processing, then you will get to know, or then you will be thinking about how to optimize this one. So we will also see multiple options or multiple techniques to optimize the data. And final thing is monitoring and maintenance. As I told you, whenever we are having a pipeline, we need to properly maintain it. If you are using some version, or if you are using some kind of a package, you need to properly maintain it or upgrade it, patch it, right? And make sure that the pipelines are running smooth without any issues. Okay, so this is what is a data engineer do every day, sir. He may be working on multiple of activities. If you're getting a chance to work on all of these areas, then you are lucky, guys, I'm telling you, because you'll get to know all the things. But as per my experience, I would say you may be working on two or three activities every day. Maybe some guy work on data processing, data pipeline, some guy work on data storage and data ingestion. That is how. But in our sessions, we will be working on each and every topic so that you guys are ready for any topic that you're gonna get in the job. Okay, if you get a chance to work on any area, the main purpose of this course is to make you proficient in all of these topics. Okay, yeah. So this is what is the role of a data engineer, sir. So far we have seen what is data engineering. In a simple words, you have the data, you need to find the insights from the data. What you have to do, you store it, you process it, you analyze it, you get the insights from it, right? So in our upcoming sessions, we will see how you are going to store the data, how efficient manner you are going to store the data, how efficient manner you are going to process the data. We will go in detail in our upcoming sessions. Let's not go into deeper today. It's because let's not worry about all of those things because we just started those things, right? So now let us start with what is Google Cloud Platform, right? Hope all can hear me. If you guys are facing any issues, let me know, guys. Okay, I'll give you the time, guys. Don't worry, I'll give you the time if you guys have any questions. I will talk about Google Cloud Platform. I will talk about the course curriculum. Whatever you have the question, I will clarify it and I will wind up the session. Don't worry about it. We just started the movie. We will complete the entire movie, then only we will go out. Okay, yep. Now what is Google Cloud Platform? Let us talk about it. So you might have heard about AWS. Can you guys tell me how many people heard about AWS?
I have heard, sir.
Yeah. How many people heard about Azure, guys? You can speak up, guys. How many people have come to know about the GCP? Okay, so in simple words, if I have not talked about these things, if you go to a supermarket straight away and you will be able to see multiple chocolates, such as Dairy Milk, I would say, or a Kit Kat, or a Milky Bar. Okay, so the Milky Bar. Okay, 1 minute, guys. Okay, so if you go to a supermarket, you will be having a multiple varieties of the chocolates. So what is the main purpose of a chocolate, guys? So it gives you the taste and you wanted to eat it. That's the main purpose. So all these are the similar brand of chocolates only. So all comes under the chocolates. Similarly, you can also see that AWS, Azure, and GCP, these three are the leading cloud providers. Okay, these three are the leading cloud providers, guys. Okay, so you have AWS, sorry, Azure, and GCP. So if you go to these three, you will get to know that what are them. If you ask me, so these are the cloud providers. These are the cloud providers. What they do, sir, they provide you the cloud computing services. What they provide, sir, they provide you the cloud computing services. These services are very useful for the organizations. Okay, when you are working in a software industry, okay, when you're working in a software industry, you wanted to build an application, you wanted to deploy some application, you wanted to do the data storage, you wanted to do the data processing, you wanted to create some machine learning model, you wanted to create some application which is running in a serverless platform, or you wanted to do some networking properties, or you wanted to create some servers. So whatever you wanted to do, you have a separate service available in the cloud computing services that are offered by the cloud providers. So what are these cloud providers? Cloud providers provide you the cloud computing services for building your application, for deploying your application, for creating a data storage model or creating a some cluster for data processing. So for any requirement that you have, so there is a cloud computing service. So what they do, sir, the cloud providers provide you the cloud computing services for you to build your application, deploy your application, and scale your applications and services in the cloud. So one of such a cloud platform is a Google Cloud Platform, sir. One of such cloud platform is a Google Cloud Platform. Google Cloud Platform is provided by the Google that offers plenty of cloud computing services which are very useful for the organizations to build the application, deploy the application, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. So this is what is Google Cloud Platform. Similar to the AWS, Azure, and GCP, they provide you the cloud computing services. Okay, these services are very useful for the organizations, right? Because you don't wanted to create the cluster today, because creating a cluster, maintaining the cluster is very hard, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time. In our next session, I'm going to tell you, in tomorrow's session I will talk about why we need the cloud platform, guys, so which is going to be a very interesting topic. Okay, why we need the cloud, I will talk about tomorrow. But let us try to understand that Google Cloud Platform is one of the cloud provider. It provides you the cloud computing services which are very useful for the organization to do all of these activities. Okay, back to our slide. Google Cloud Platform is a suite of cloud computing services provided by the Google that offers range of products and solutions for the organizations to build, deploy, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. Google is providing you these services are highly reliable, secure, and Google is providing you the infrastructure that is available throughout the world. Okay, so this is what is Google Cloud Platform, sir. It is like your AWS and Azure. It is a one more platform. Okay, it provides you the cloud computing services. Why will NGCP? If you ask me, Google Cloud Platform has a very good community support. We already been using the Google products from the last decade, I would say. We already know how the Google search engine works. We already know how reliable it is, how secure it is. Similarly, Google Cloud Platform is also one of the product from the Google. It has a very good community support. And one more advantage with the GCP is that compared to the AWS and Azure, Google is providing you the cost-effective services. Compared to the AWS and Azure, Google is providing you the cost-effective services. So that is the reason most of the companies are looking towards a GCP. When the companies are started using the GCP, that's where the demand for the GCP data engineer is very high. So that is what it is happening at this point of time, guys. I'm telling you, there is a very huge demand for the GCP data engineers. I used to teach Azure, but why I came to the GCP, it's because that I've been working in the GCP also. I have worked almost 2 years for the GCP also. So why we came to the GCP, it is because that GCP is having a very good opportunities from the last 6 to 7 months, I would say. Okay, people are, as soon as you apply for a company, or if you upload a resume to the Naukri, you're getting the calls. In a 1 week itself, you're getting almost 15 to 20 calls. So that is there's a very huge demand, I'm telling you guys. You don't need to believe me, go outside and check it out. And Google services are flexible. Google services are scalable, scaling up and down as per your requirement. These services are reliable and trustworthy. Secured services, that data that you are storing or the pipelines that you are creating, all are secured. You don't need to worry about that. And it is providing you the multiple set of services such as serverless services, fully managed services also, that we will see in our upcoming session what is difference between the managed services as well as serverless services. And the services are very faster, the interface is very simple. So this is what is Google Cloud Platform, sir. So it has a very good community support, plenty of services it is providing you. It is providing you the cost effective services also, and it is flexible and scalable, providing you the fully managed services as well. Okay, so this is what is Google Cloud Platform, and this is all about the characteristics or properties of it. Because of that, most of the companies have started using it. And that is the reason, because of these characteristics, Google became one of the market leader. It is a top three, sir, now. In the top three leading cloud provider. Industry adaptation, as I told you, from the startup companies to the from the startup companies to the MNC to the product-based companies, they started using the GCP. It is because of its cost-effective nature. And it has a comprehensive service portfolio. I will show you guys 1 minute. So the comprehensive service portfolio is here. So it is having a very good service portfolio, guys. As I told you, it provides you the plenty of cloud computing services, right? So you have it here: compute services, identity and security services, management tools, networking services, big data services, storage and database services, and machine learning services. For all the requirements that you wanted to do, you have a separate service for that in the GCP. More than 2,000 products are there in the Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so this is what comprehensive service portfolio, and it can be easily integrated with the on-prem solutions as well as cloud solutions. It provides you the machine learning capabilities as well. It provides you the infrastructure that is available globally. Very useful for the cloud multi-cloud projects as well. Those who are doing the certification in the GCP has a very good career opportunities, and you will be having a plus compared to the other people who does not have a certification. Okay, so this is what is Google Cloud Platform, sir. So it's a market leader in the industry adaptation, comprehensive service portfolio, machine learning capabilities, global infrastructure, multi-cloud projects. Also nowadays they started using the GCP very highly. And you can also see the the growth rate for the GCP compared to the Azure and AWS. AWS 32%, Azure 51%, GCP 54%. That means the highest growth rate for the GCP, it is because the companies started using it because of its cost effective nature and reliable nature. Okay, so Google Cloud has a very good growth rate, guys. So that's where, when there is a growth rate, the companies are adapting it to the GCP. When they are doing that, you have a plenty of opportunities, and there is a very good demand for that. And the GCP is offering you plenty of roles. Our main role is to focus on the GCP data engineer, guys. So we will be focusing in this course on the GCP data engineer. Okay, it offers multiple roles such as GCP data engineer, GCP developer, GCP admin, GCP DevOps engineer, GCP architect as well. We are going to focus mainly on the GCP data engineer because we wanted to become one. Okay, so this is what is about the roles offered. Those who are planning for the certification. Sir, I wanted to plan for the certification. Those who are planning for the certification, so this course very useful for you if you wanted to go for the certification as well. So the course is mainly for the job ready, guys. So it's a job ready. I will tell you why it is job ready also. I will tell you guys in few minutes when I'm talking about the course curriculum. Okay, so those who wanted to go for certification also, I am going to provide you the certification dumps for the associate cloud engineer as well as professional data engineer. All the topics required for you to crack these exams or certifications also, we are going to cover in the sessions. Okay, so that is how the certifications are more of a scenario based. All the scenarios we are going to cover in the job in the in the course, guys. So these are the certifications: associate cloud engineer certification and professional data engineer certification as well. Okay, so this is a service portfolio I have just told you. So that is it, guys. So this is it. I have talked about two things: what is data engineering as well as what is Google Cloud Platform. And I have also told you why we need to learn the Google Cloud Platform as well. Now I will tell you the course curriculum. We are now entering into the course curriculum. Within next 15 minutes, I am going to tell you what are the topics that you are going to cover in the next 60 days. Okay, our course is of more than 2 months, guys, I would say. So I'm going to tell you, okay, this course is for 2 months, guys. 2+ months, I would say. It takes little bit 1 or 2 days extra, 2 months, I would say. And our main is data engineering with the Google Cloud Platform. Okay, that means you need to learn the GCP, you need to learn the data engineering tools. GCP means cloud basics you need to learn. For data engineering, you need to learn the data engineering tools. So for cloud basics, let me gonna tell you the cloud basics. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with why we need the cloud platform, cloud overview. Our first module was cloud overview, guys. So we will be talking about why we need the cloud platform. What is the difference between working in the on-premises working model or a traditional working model versus cloud computing model? Okay, how people were working 10 years before without when they do not have a cloud. How people are working today when they have a cloud. We will see the differences tomorrow. And our next topic is our next module is what is Google Cloud Platform, introduction, why we learn GCP, opportunities and certifications. Okay, so these topics again it will come into the picture, guys. I will talk about here too. And GCP interfaces. Sir, I wanted to become a GCP data engineer. But can you tell me how I can interact? I have shown you, sir. You have shown me the multiple services are there in the GCP. But sir, I wanted to interact with them. I wanted to work with those services. Can you tell me what are the GCP interfaces available? If you ask me, we have console. We have a cloud shell. We have a cloud SDK. We have a user interface method is there. We have a command line interfaces are also there. So console is a user interface, cloud shell and cloud SDK is a command line interface. How to interact with them, how to enable them, how to work with them, all of those things details we are going to cover in the module 3. Console walkthrough. Here I did not tell you so far. Google Cloud Platform is providing you the free tier account, guys. So we can create a free trial account. Okay, free trial account for next 90 days. How to create it, I will tell you here. How to create it, I will tell you in our upcoming sessions. So you don't need to pay anything, hardly 2 rupees. For creating a free trial account, 2 rupees is enough. I will tell you how to create a free trial account, which is providing you the $300 for the next 90 days. Okay, so that you don't need to worry about how to practice, because this is more of a 80/20 model, guys. My teaching will always be 80/20 model. 80/20. What is mean by 80? 80 is lab sessions. 20 is theoretical sessions. 80% of the time we will be focusing on the lab. We will be focusing on the practicals. 20% we will be focusing on the theoretical, because when you understand the things practically, you can easily understand theoretical things, right? So this is my working model. So if you wanted to practice these lab sessions, here we have the account, free trial account, we can able to practice here. So you don't need to worry about anything. I will tell you how to create a free tier account. Okay, so in this console walkthrough, I will be telling you how to create a free tier account. I will tell you how to set up a project in the GCP, how to enable the billings, APIs, and how to work with the services. We will see all of those things in the module 4. Module 5, GCP locations. When you wanted to deploy your applications, how to select region, zone, and selection criteria and importance of the selections. We will be covering here. And in the module 6, we will be talking about IAM and admin. Here we are going to talk about the identities. What is identities? So IAM and admin is more of a securing your project or controlling the access to your project, guys. So if you wanted to control the resources, how to create the identities, how to create the roles and assign to them, what is the policy, what is resource hierarchy. So all of these topics we are going to cover in the cloud basics, which takes 7 days. This entire cloud basics are going to take 7 days, guys. First 7 days, nothing but 8 hours. 7 days is equal to 8 hours, I would say 8 to 9 hours, guys, because sometimes I'll be taking 10-15 minutes extra. So the 7 days goes to 8 hours we are going to spend on the cloud basics. So 8 hours goes here. Okay, so once we have completed the cloud basics, that's where we are going to enter into our data engineering services. That means data engineering tools. So when I say data engineering, can you guys tell me what are the different varieties of the data that we have? Different categories of the data that we have. Can you guys tell me, anyone?
We have basically two types of data: structured data and unstructured data.
Correct.
Structured,
Most of the people are able to answer it. So
yes.
when you categorize the data, we have a unstructured data, we have a semi-structured data, we have a structured data. So if you wanted to work with unstructured data in Google Cloud Platform, you have a GCS. For semi-structured data for OLTP and OLAP systems, we will be having Bigtable. For structured data for OLTP, you have Cloud SQL. For OLAP, nothing but a data warehousing, you have a BigQuery. Don't worry about OLTP OLAP now. We will be talking about more detail in our upcoming sessions. Now focus on the services now. What are the services that we are covering here? 1 GCS, 2 Bigtable, 3 Cloud SQL, 4 BigQuery. So what are these data services, guys? So these services morely of data storage and database, cloud databases and data storage, right? So these are the storage and database services. So if we can easily categorize them, these services as storage and database services, DB services. So we are going to talk about these four details. Theoretically and practically we are going to work with them. Okay, so these are comes under storage and database services. And next thing, so storage and database is fine. Sir, I wanted to create the pipelines. Sir, I wanted to work with a Spark and Hadoop. I wanted to create the PySpark jobs. I wanted to learn about the Spark and I wanted to create the PySpark jobs. So in topic 5, in data proc, we are going to create Spark and PySpark. Here I am going to teach you PySpark, sir. Here I am going to teach you PySpark end to end. I will teach you, and after teaching you, I am going to tell you how to create the Spark pipelines here. End to end pipelines, batch pipelines, and streaming pipelines. How to create it? I am going to talk about here in the PySpark. Okay, so here data proc is a one of the service where you can able to submit your PySpark jobs. You can run your PySpark jobs. In this one, we are going to learn about Spark, Hadoop, and PySpark as well as data proc. All of these things we are going to cover. In the next data engineering service, we are going to learn about Beam pipelines. Here we are going to learn about data flow. What is data flow? What is Apache Beam? How to create the data pipelines using the Apache Beam with the data flow? How to submit your data flow pipelines? All of those things we are going to cover here. Okay, so data proc and data flow. And next thing, code free UI. Sir, I wanted to create the pipelines using the interface because you see here, data proc is a coding based tool. With the help of the code, you have to create the pipeline. Data flow is also coding based tool. With the help of the code only, you have to create the pipelines. Sir, I wanted to create the pipelines without writing any code. Code free environment to create your pipelines. Do we have any such tools, sir? Yes. We have a data fusion where you are going to create the pipelines without writing any code, where you are going to transform the data without writing any code. So this is what is data pipelines. So in data pipelines, we are going to cover three services, guys: data proc, data flow, and data fusion. And the next one is workflow orchestration tools. So if you wanted to create the workflows, or if you wanted to create the DAGs, schedule the DAGs, manage the DAGs, monitor the DAGs. So all of those things, if you wanted to do it, one of the workflow orchestration tool in Google Cloud Platform, we are going to talk about the Cloud Composer. Okay, Cloud Composer is a one of the workflow orchestration tool that is there in the Google Cloud Platform. Is nowadays people are started using it very heavily. I would say we are going to talk about that. So this is your fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, eighth one. The category of the services is more of a data processing. These are all comes under data processing, guys. Okay. And the next thing, so for streaming data ingestion, sir, I wanted to work with the streaming data. I wanted to store the streaming data. So do we have a tool like Kafka in Google Cloud Platform? Yes. We have a PubSub, which is the streaming data ingestion tool. We are going to talk about what is PubSub, how to create the topic and subscription, how to work with PubSub, all of those details. And for event-based solutions, sir, I wanted to create event-based solutions in Google Cloud Platform, such as Cloud Functions is there, similar to your Lambda functions in AWS. So how to create a event-based solutions, we are going to cover in the Cloud Functions. And after that, this is a bonus topic. Nowadays, data engineers are working on the Terraform. So for 1 hour, we are going to talk about the Terraform and Terraform basics. Okay, Terraform basics, I am going to talk about it. So all of these details we are going to cover, guys. Okay, so let me gonna talk about from the top beginning. So I'll tell you the timings also, guys, the how much time it will take. So for GCS 2 days, for Cloud SQL, I think 3 to 4 hours, I would say. It is 2 hours, 4 hours. BigQuery will take a lot of time because BigQuery is one of the commonly used data analysis tool, guys. I'm telling you, very, very important tool. Here we are going to spend almost 7 hours. And after that, so that will lead to, so this is like only basics, guys. Big table no one is using. I will give you some basics on 15 minutes or something. So that's the reason I'm not calculating. So 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 7, 13 hours. And now data processing tools. Data processing. So here we are going to spend a lot of time, guys. I think 7 days. 7 hours, 7 hours. This is 1 hour only. Okay, within 1 hour you will be able to do that because it's a UI. You are not writing any code. So this will also take 5 hours, guys, 5 to 6 hours. So 7 plus 7, 14, 15 plus 5, 20 hours. Okay, and again we have a PubSub, we have a Cloud Functions, we have a Terraform. One, one, one. So this is 3 hours. And additionally, I forgot to tell you guys, I think I should create a one more slide. 1 minute, guys. I forgot to tell you here. So from this batch, I'm adding you 1 minute. So let me do it fast. Linux basics, as well as Python crash course. Okay, so these two things we have added bonus from this batch only, guys. People are asking me, sir, what and all topics in the Python I have to cover, sir, if I wanted to become a GCP data engineer. So they are asking. So from this batch, I've started teaching about the Linux as well as Python. Linux I've been teaching already. Python crash course I have added you guys. Okay. So this takes 1 hour, 1 hour I would say. This takes actually 6 hours, I would say. Python crash course. Okay, so here 7.
And what about SQL?
SQL is a prerequisite for this course, guys. Okay, so I think here we 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus BigQuery 7, almost 11 or 12. Okay, 11 or 12 something. Okay, let me gonna mention it here. I think I have a slide for that, guys. Okay, I'll open my notes and somewhere I'll be having that. Yeah, here it is, guys. You can look at it here. GCP basics 7 hours, Linux basics 1 hour, Python crash course 6 hours, as I told you already. And GCP, all of these things goes to the 32 hours. 32 plus 6, 38, 39, 45, 46 hours. It close to 2 months plan. That is nothing but 40 to 40, 45 to 47 hours it will take, guys. Okay, so 47 hours excluding the Saturdays and Sundays, it will be a 2 months, proper 2 months plan, 1 or 2 more days extra, I would say. Okay, so this is what is our plan, guys. Okay, 2 plus months. So this is what is, we do not have a sessions on Saturday and Sunday. And final 1 hour session, I also forgot to tell you, final 1 hour session, once the batch is completed, we will be talking about the resume preparation, interview preparation, and certification help. Okay, all of these things I will help you on the last session. And for those people, what is the requisite prerequisite, I will talk about, guys. Prerequisite, don't worry about that. Okay, 1 minute. Course details, come to the course details. As I told you, 45 to 47 hours, it is course of 2 months, guys. So daily 1 hour, Monday to Friday. We do not have any sessions on Saturday and Sunday. Delivery sessions, we will be having the sessions on daily and live sessions only. Online live sessions. Add-ons for this batch, we will be providing you the video recordings. Those who wanted to, sorry, if I miss a class, can I be able to watch the recording? Yes, you can do that. We will be providing you the video recordings as well. So I will be sharing you the comprehensive service, comprehensive material, guys, which will be including all. Let me gonna show you the material, guys. How do you get this material and all? So this is a one notebook, guys. If I share you the link, you should be able to access the everything. So in the first notebook, this is my material, guys. If I share you this particular link, GCP notebook link, you should be able to access all of these pages. So these are tabs, we call it as. Here we have a pages for each tab. So for the course content tab, cloud basics, I have mentioned the same thing. Cloud GCP data engineering topics. Detailed course curriculum, if you want, you have it here. Prerequisite for the course, I will talk about it. Interview. So interview. So this course is a full packed, guys. As I told you already, this course provides you the resume. So those who are going for the job, sir, I am more on a job. So this course is for you guys, where you will be having a resume templates for those people who got the job, and interview introduction. So how to tell the introduction, how to explain your project, the architecture diagram for project 1 and project 2, introduction, as well as everything. And data engineering questions. So my students usually says that from your data engineering questions, are we got almost out of 10 questions, we got 7 to 8 questions repeated from the this theoretical questions only. Okay, so that's what my student says. So this data engineering theoretical questions are very, very important. Before you are going for an interview, you come back here and recap everything. And I have a coding questions created. Especially these are not copied from anywhere, guys. These are directly from the interview, I would say. So that's the reason the description or questions also not proper. Okay, so it's like from the interview panel only we copy these questions. And these are the Python questions. Certification dumps, those who are going for that one. And this is an end-to-end bonus project. Okay, if I share you this notebook access, you will be able to access all of these things, guys. I don't need to separately share anything. Okay, and one more thing, go to the GCP concepts. Your GCP, from tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with the GCP introduction. How to create an account, I have it here. Installing the SDK, those who wanted to work with the SDK, I have the process for that as well. Linux basics, as I told you, these are Linux basics. And Python crash course, the notebook for the Python crash course. Okay, how to install Python and how to work with the Python notebook, I will tell you all of those things. It's of 5 to 7 hours. And we will be having GCP Google Cloud Storage, Cloud SQL. So in the Cloud SQL, we are going to have a data migration project from the on-premises MySQL to the Cloud MySQL. And we are talking about the BigQuery, working with the BigQuery architecture, partitioning and clustering, nested and repeated fields, working with them. What is views, assignments. For each and every topic, you will be having assignments also, guys. So even though you go for GCS, you will be having assignments here somewhere. Yeah, assignments. For Cloud SQL also, somewhere you have assignments. For BigQuery also, you have case studies and assignments. And Dataproc. What is Dataproc? What is Hadoop? What is Hadoop versus Spark? What is Spark versus PySpark? What is PySpark? What is how to work with PySpark? What happens when you submit an application? What is Dataproc? How to create an end-to-end pipelines with the Dataproc. Lab sessions. All the lab session material is also here. I don't need to share it separately. If I wanted to share it, I will copy it here only. Case study 1, case study 2. We made it very easy, guys. I'm telling you. Case study 1 is a real-time case study from one of the company that I have worked for part-time. Case study 2, Assignment 1, assignment 2, end-to-end batch pipeline. Batch pipeline code, the explanation for the code, and you have the architecture for that. And if you wanted to learn more about the Spark, you have it here. And data flow, what is data flow? What is Spark versus Beam? What is data proc versus data flow? What is the difference between them? The lab sessions and assignments. Template method of creating the pipelines, end-to-end streaming pipeline. As I told you, streaming pipelines also we are covering. Architecture for the streaming pipeline, the sample data, code, and everything, you have it here. PubSub, what is PubSub? How to work with the PubSub, the architecture for the PubSub. Airflow, very important tool. What is Composer? The architecture for the Airflow. What are the components are there? What is DAG? How to create a DAG? Cron job format. Creating Composer environment, level 1 DAG, level 2 DAG, level 3 DAG, level 4 DAG. This is nothing but a scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3, scenario 4. And scenario 5 is for assignment. And here we are covering the end-to-end CI/CD pipeline for you to understand the GitHub and cloud build with help of the Composer. So this is a very, very beautiful case study where you are going to create an end-to-end CI/CD. As soon as you update the code in the GitHub by using the Visual Studio Code, I am going to create a code, I'm going to push it, and we are going to see the updated version of the code is deployed to the Cloud Composer, which is also covered here, which is recently I have added, guys, from the last batch, properly documented so that you guys can also implement the same thing. I will also be covering in the classes. Final session, that is Terraform, how to work with the Terraform, what is Terraform, Terraform lifecycle, the Terraform codes and assignments are here. Okay, so this is all about the course, guys. And again, back to the session. So this is the course, and we will be providing the comprehensive material, assignments, real-time projects and case studies, interview questions as I just told you, resume templates, as well as the certification dumps. Okay, so this is all about the course details. Look at here again, don't ask me the questions. We should not focus on the repetitive questions. So that's the reason. Duration 2 months, daily 1 hour, no classes on Saturday and Sunday, Saturday and Sunday to complete your assignments. And delivery mode, online live sessions, add-ons, recording videos, comprehensive material, assignment, real-time projects and case studies, interview questions, certification dumps, and resume assistance. Prerequisites. Sorry. Prerequisite. For this course, familiarity with the SQL is very important, guys. Those who wanted to go for this particular course, you should be focusing at least 4 to 5 days on SQL, guys. Those who do not know SQL, you can learn it within 3-4 days only, because SQL is very simple language. Okay, so familiarity with the SQL is important. Anyway, we are covering the Python. We are also covering the PySpark. Okay, these two things you are learning. Python I am teaching anyway. PySpark also I am teaching anyway. SQL is important, guys. So you should focus on, while I am covering the GCP cloud basics, you focus on the SQL and learn it so that you should be able to ready for the data engineering. So those who wanted to become a GCP data engineer, the target audience are those who are already a data analyst or data scientist, you wanted to roll down to the data engineer. Sir, I am working as a software engineer or a developer. I got stuck in some position. I couldn't able to come out of it. My package is less. Sir, I just wanted to come out of that role, and I wanted to take a role where it is very in good demand. I get a very good hike or package. Sir, I am already working in the database or ETL developer. I am already working in a GCP data engineer. Sir, I do not have a proper knowledge on the GCP topic. Sir, I wanted to learn in a very depth manner. So this course is for you guys. Whoever you are, if you got stuck somewhere, sir, I wanted to come into the IT from the non-IT, or sir, I'm already in the IT but testing background or a database testing backgrounds or mainframe background. Sir, I wanted to change my stream and get a very good hike. So this course is for you. Very simple. Don't need to worry about it. I'm telling you, my students got the job within 3 months. Okay, 2 months for the course, 1 month for the job. That's more than enough for you to get the job, guys. You are going to get almost 2 to 3 years of experience from this course. Okay, those who are planning for the certification also, we are going to help you on the ACE as well as PDA certifications. Okay, So this is all about the course, guys. This is our first demo. If you guys have any questions, please raise your hand. Let us go one by one so that all people can able to ask their questions. If you guys have any questions, please raise your hand. In your Zoom, you have an option to raise your hand. Please do that. Okay, I see some of the people are already asking the question in the chat. First, let me go for that. Sir, is it a right path for someone with a database admin background? Yes, of course. You have a plus point. I've seen people who are already coming from non-IT background and getting the job. You are already in the database. That means you already know about the databases. You already know about the SQL. You already know about how things works in the data engineering. It's very for you to. It's a very good right path. This is for actual path for you. I would say there isn't any path if you wanted to go up in the ladder and get very good hike, right? Yep. And can you please confirm about the interview questions and preparations? Yes, I have just told you, Sai. I think you have seen, right? So everything is, it's a full-fledged course, guys. I'm telling you. So this is a full-fledged course. It's because I've been teaching it from the last 15 months. You can know about it. From last 15 months, I've been teaching. Every batch, I'm going to improvise my notes. Okay, so every batch we have improved it. Now it's a very, very good course for you guys. Yeah. Okay, so I see that. Yes, Vijay, you have any question? Yes. What companies are actually focusing on the GCP data engineer? As soon as you upload your profile to the Naukri, if you mention GCP data engineer, the very first call you are going to get from the what we call this. I forgot this name. Ultimatric. Almost 7 students of mine already working in the Ultimatric. You get Ultimatric. Call from Ultimatric. Next, LTI Mindtree. LTI Mindtree. Next, Tech Mahindra. So these are all actually, hiring GCP data engineers. Infosys, TCS. You will get for sure. You will get Capgemini. I forgot this one. Capgemini. Okay, Capgemini. And some other companies such as you already know. I think I forgot this name. Fractal Analytics. Yes, Fractal Analytics. And you have plenty of other companies, data cubes. Plenty of companies are there because I connect with my students. Data cubes, as well as plenty of other companies also there. So I forgot few more things. Almost 15 to 20 companies are there. They're actually, as soon as you upload your resume, you get a call from these companies. Okay, if you give me time, I can also tell you, because some people will text me and say me, sir, I have an interview with this company. Okay, so let me check it here. So there's a Pawan. Okay, he has a interview with TCS. I see that TCS. And Data Metica, that is TransUnion. There is a one more company called TransUnion. Okay, TransUnion. This is one of the company. And yes, Mutual, Mass Mutual or something. Here it is mentioned Mutual, something like Mass Mutual, I guess. Okay, so these are all the companies are actually hiring GCP data engineer like anything. I would say, okay, I forgot this one. Uh, Wipro. You for sure you will get a call from the Wipro and Delight. Okay. Don't think that Sari is mentioning all the MNC companies. Don't think that. You will get to know as soon as you apply your resume here. Okay, it's not that I have mentioned all the companies. Lloyd's. So this is a Lloyd's is a company actually hiring like anything, and they are actually creating it. 200 people of GCP data engineer. They are recruiting 200 GCP data engineers because they do not have a product center in the Hyderabad. They are starting a one more center in the Hyderabad for GCP data engineer itself. They are recruiting almost 200 people. Two of my students got the job in the Lloyd's. Okay, they are building the team now. So these are all the companies that they are hiring. And don't think that, sir, they are hiring, the packages are very low. Very, very good demand, guys. I have seen for people recently, only one of my friend who is having 5+ years of experience, from all the way from the 11 LPA to the 24 LPA, including variable I'm taking. So from 11 to the 24, you can say. Okay. Not only that, he actually got 5+ offers here. Okay, 5+ offers he got. Out of that, he joined in this company because he wanted to join that particular company. That company, I think it's Capgemini or LTM Entry. Yeah, that company was LTM Entry. He got the job in LTI. He got the job in Deloitte, Lloyd's. I think that's it. I think Capgemini also. These are the 4 to 5 companies are for Fractal Analytics. 5 companies he got the job in, and he finally chose LTM Entry. He joined there. I think one of my friend is also here, I guess. Okay, yeah. So this is how where there's a very good demand, guys. I'm telling you, you don't need to believe me. Just create your random resume saying that GCP data engineer, upload in Naukri, and get calls. If you're getting a 5 class, then only join this batch. Otherwise, leave it. If you get 5 calls, then only join this batch. Just create a dummy resume, upload in Naukri. In next 4 days, if you are getting at least 5 calls, join this batch. Otherwise, leave it. Okay, it's upon you. Yeah. Yes, Vijay. Your voice is breaking, Vijay. I'm not sure. Your voice is breaking or it's jumbling.
Bro, what
Yes,
are the topics we need to cover as part of SQL?
correct. This is for GCP data engineer, guys. This course is mainly for GCP data engineer only. Okay. Yeah. Only for data engineers, I told. Why I have to talk about the other roles? Okay, when we are talking about the GCP data engineer, why I have to talk about the other roles? Yeah, this is mainly for the data engineers only. Yes, Sushovan is asking some question, right? Sushovan, you asked about the topics for the SQL. You mean to say?
Yeah. As part of SQL, like
For
what are the
SQL
topics
is
we need
a
to cover?
prerequisite. Okay, SQL is a prerequisite, guys. I would say those who wanted to learn, sir, I wanted to focus on the prerequisite first. I have 7 days. If you ask me, I am putting the question in the chat. So this Python I'm covering you, don't worry about that. Okay, sir, I wanted to focus on the SQL, sir. I have like, while I'm covering the cloud basics, I wanted to focus on the SQL. So I am pasting this thing in the chat, guys. Please take it from here and take it seriously. And if you are preparing on this cloud base, SQL basics, that gives you a very good confidence for you to attend these sessions. I'm pasting here. Okay, so some of the people have asked the questions in the chat. I will go one by one. Okay, let us try to answer these questions one by one, guys. So give me some time. I'm going to put the questions here. Okay, okay, let me delete this. This is not required. I'm going to put the question here one by one and I'll try to answer it, guys. So thank you. So thank you. Are there few topics which are common for the cloud providers like Azure? So we do not have any cloud topics, guys. So this course is mainly for GCP. Okay, the course is mainly on GCP only. We are not covering for AWS and Azure. Why it is GCP? I'll tell you. Okay, why it is only GCP? I'll tell you, guys. Okay, so why most of the students I get for the GCP? It's because that. So you think that sir, AWS is having a very good market, or Azure is having a very good market. Sir, GCP is very new. GCP does not have a market. But people started using it because the companies have started choosing the GCP. And you have a plenty of opportunities here. Okay. So when you wanted to get a job, sir, you are learning some course today and you wanted to go for job in next 2 months. Okay, you are learning some course today and you wanted to go for the job. A course like AWS, a course like Azure, these are the leading cloud providers. The market is already established. There were few people like you, like might be already 3 to 4 years before, already joined the courses, already working as a AWS professionals. And when you are going for an interview, for if you learn the AWS and Azure, what will happen is that if you also learn the AWS and Azure, if you go for an interview, you are competing with whom, sir? Can you tell me who are you? You are competing with whom? You are competing with these people which are already working, which are already having a very strong knowledge. So getting the job by competing with the people, working professionals, is very hard because AWS and Azure is already established. People already learned those courses. They already working like from last 3 to 4 years. And when you go for an interview, you are going to see them as your competitor. Getting the job by competing with them is very, very hard by learning some course, by learning a course of 2 months. But the case is different for the GCP because GCP is new. Some people does not know about the GCP at all, I would say. There are few people in this particular demo also. I see that a few of the people does not know about the GCP at all. Okay, because GCP is very new. But GCP is having plenty of opportunities similar to the AWS and Azure. Okay, if you're learning some course today, whom you are competing with, sir? Are you competing with the working professionals or are you competing with the similar people like you? You are competing with the people like you only because they are also learned a course like you. You are also learning a course like you. Getting the job is very easy here, sir. Getting the job is very easy here compared to here. So this is what the people do a mistake when they are wanted to switch their stream. So there will be a testing engineer. They will get to know that AWS is famous and Azure is famous. They will put a lot amount of money. They enroll for the course, they join the course, and when they are going for the interview, they couldn't able to crack the interview. It's because that the choose is not correct. Because when you are learning some course, there should be opportunities, but there should be a less competition. So that is the reason most of the students of mine get a job easily. It's because that this is the formula. That GCP is new, you have a opportunities because of the cost effective nature. GCP companies have started using it. And by learning course, you are competing with the people who are already learned the course only. They are not having a really good experience. So don't listen to any person if they have 3 years of experience, 3 to 4 years of experience in the GCP. There wouldn't be anyone. Okay, I only have the 3+ years of experience, guys. If anyone is saying if they are having 3+4+ years of experience in the GCP, don't trust them because GCP itself is available from the last 3 years, 4 years. Okay, so that's the reason it is new, and by learning the course, it's easy for you to get the job. So this is what is something that I think you are asking. So I try to clarify it here. Okay, yeah. The next question I would see, sir, I have a experience more on BI tools, ETL tools. Will it help? Of course. Okay, if you are having a experience on the ETL or BI, I'm telling you already have the knowledge on the little bit knowledge on the data. So if you have already knowledge on the data engineering is easy with the Google Cloud platform. So you have a plus point compared to the other people who are coming from the non-IT. Okay, sir, what is the data bricks? And am I already working as Azure data engineer? How should I show both clouds and resume? You can put it. Okay, so Shubham, if you have experience on, or sorry, you are already working as Azure, or you wanted to put resume, you join this course, you learn the top projects, you put one of the project for like 1 month or sorry for like 1 year. I have worked on it, and you get a chance of getting the job in next company is very easy. Okay, so that is how you can do that. Sir, I am a non-IT student. I don't know nothing about the coding, but I wanted to join in software engineers. So the reality is, if you don't know the coding, you should learn the coding. Okay, so coding is easy because we are data engineers. We're not building the applications. Okay, so coding becomes easy. Okay, we are working with SQL and Python only. It's easy. We are not creating an end-to-end, software applications or web applications. So that's different. This is different. Working with the data and working on the code for the data is easy compared to the application building and web application. So that is different. Okay, so you can easily learn it and you can become perfect also. That's not a problem. People working in 1 year, 2 years, if they are struggling, they are having a very good bright future now. Yes, this is a good question, sir. How do I Sir, how do I justify my experience if I am from a support role having 4 years of experience? You have to tell same thing. Okay, you mentioned that I have a 2 years. Last 2 years I worked on GCP as a GCP data engineer. Okay, you GCP data engineer. Okay, if you have 4 years of experience, last 2 years on GCP data engineer. If you have a 6 years of experience, last 3 years on GCP data engineer. If you have a 10 plus years of experience, you should mention that, sir, I have a 10 plus years of experience from last 3 years I'm working on the GCP data engineer. These are the tools that I have worked on GCP. You should say that. Okay, so this is how you have to justify. And I see the questions here. Sir, IBM Cloud. So IBM Cloud and OCJA, these are the cloud providers. Yes, yes, guys. IBM Cloud is also a cloud provider only. But compared to the AWS and Azure and GCP, they are less used. Okay. So we are covering Shushovan, we are covering the Python, we are not covering the SQL. SQL is prerequisite for this course. Yes, yes, Prakash, if you are working on the ETL tools, it's a very easy. That point I already covered here. If you have a work experience on the ETL tools, that means you already know how to create the pipelines and ETLs. So this course will land you on a dream job data engineer with a very good hike. You trust me, and within 2 or 3 months, you will only call me and say me, because that's how my students do. Okay, for sure, don't trust me. If there is an opportunity, you can get the job. If there is no opportunity, you can't get the job. Just prepare a dummy resume, wait for 2 days. If you are getting 5 calls, join this course. I'm telling you. Okay, yeah. Sir, I already have a 5 years of experience and support engineer. Is it good for me? Yes, of course. Why not? You are a software engineer, support engineer, or testing engineer, ETL developer, BI developer, whoever you are. I'm telling you guys, if you have a 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, minimum three. I would say minimum three. Okay. I don't bluff it today, and I don't. I'll trust. You can trust my words, guys. Minimum 3 years, I would expect. Minimum 3 years if you have. You can go for this course, GCP Data Engineer course. Get the job in within 3 months by learning all the tech stack for the GCP Data Engineer. Okay. Yep. Sir, in real-time companies, which interface is used? Console, SDK, or shell? So it depends on the requirement, Vijay. So we will be covering console, SDK, and Cloud Shell, all the three things. Sir, I have like 10 years of experience in Java, but very much in GCP. Should I be going for a cloud basics? First, our data engineer course will cover the basics as well. In data engineering course, as I told you. Okay, so this one is common for everyone, guys. So this one is, if you are a GCP developer or a data engineer or whoever you are, the cloud basics, if I am covering here, where is that? Yeah, these cloud basics are common for all the people. Okay, Rohan. So the basics are same, whether you are a data engineer or a developer or whoever you are, these basics are same for everyone. Okay, yeah. Okay, yes, Vijay Rajput. You have any question? Yes, Vijay Rajput. Yes, yes, you are audible. Correct. No, no, yeah, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. So by the end of this course, you are going to have at least 2.5 years, not two also, 2.5 years of experience. However, if you have worked on 2.5 years of experience on the DCP data engineer, same amount level of experience you are going to get after this course. First thing, end-to-end streaming and batch pipelines, which are very deep understanding we are going to cover. That is first thing. And you have a project also, CI/CD also we are covering. So that gives you a very good understanding. And even though you can put the same thing in the interview, sorry, in the resume, you can explain the same thing in the interview. You can go here, you have it here. Okay, project one, project two, and CI/CD here, CI/CD here, end-to-end pipelines, streaming. end-to-end batch. You have it here. These are the things you are going to work on every day. Okay, you are going to work on these things only every day, even though when you become a GCP data engineer. Okay, you can easily justify. Okay, yeah. You want me to rate me out of 10? You want me to rate me out of 10? No, I mean your question is that like that only, right? So I do not know how you are. I mean your question. So if you want me to rate me out of 10, for sure 8.5 we are going to cover. Okay, the depth. Okay, because in terms of rating only I can give you. Other than that, I'm not sure because I'm telling you the tools that we are going to cover. Yeah, of course, of course. Already people got the job. Okay, already people got the job. Even in our sessions also, I will try to give you the numbers who got the job in our sessions. You can also connect with them. You can call them, and you can also ask how the interview experience, how you are working now. So you can also ask them how you have managed in the interview. Also, I am telling you guys this. Yeah, yeah. We are going to implement it. Of course, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. That's what it is. See, what happens is that when you go for an interview, they're going to ask you other many questions. But the thing is that we are going to implement in the class. All those things we are going to implement in the class. When you are implementing, when I am implementing, if you replicate the same thing when you are practicing it, for sure, if they're asking any scenario-based question, you can able to easily answer it. If you are not able to answer it, it's something like this, guys. If they're asking 10 questions, it doesn't mean that everyone, even though the person who already worked on the same tech stack also, they may not be able to answer all the questions. One or two questions here and there, it will miss out. But the thing is that with the knowledge that we are going to cover, with the implementations that we are going to cover in the sessions, for sure you should be able to handle those such situations. You can able to easily answer them. That's for sure. Okay, having said that, practice. If I'm doing something, if I'm implementing something in the class, if you're practicing on the day, the same day, that is happening for you. Okay, I can explain everything in a very detail, but later point of time, if you're not practicing, that's gone. Okay, you have to put your effort and learn it easily. So that is something on you guys. Okay, yes, Naveen Reddy. Yes, Naveen. Yes, Sriman. Yes, Sriman Kandali. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I just wanted to know how many end-to-end projects are we going to cover in this
So this
course?
end-to-end projects, instead of calling it as an end-to-end project, I would say an end-to-end pipeline.
End-to-end
Because
pipeline. Okay.
end-to-end pipelines, it's because we don't actually build projects, because the building project is involves many things,
Okay, sir.
DevOps,
Yeah.
right? So that some flavor I will try to give you. Some flavor for sure I will try to give you, because you should know it. So that's
Okay,
the
sir.
reason we have having a CI/CD flavor here.
Okay, sir.
But for sure, end-to-end pipelines are here. For sure, if you go lab sessions, you have a job one, job two. This is an end-to-end one. And if you go here, end-to-end batch pipeline, covering all the Python things, try catch blocks, advanced topics. And you
Right,
go
sir.
for here, streaming pipelines end-to-end. And
Okay.
people also cover templates. So those pipelines for sure in the airflow also. Level one, level two, level three, level four, all of those things. Yeah,
Okay. And so, because see, what happens is that in the time
correct.
at the time of interview, let's say we are saying that we have 2 to 3 years
Give you
of
time, Naveen.
experience.
When 1 minute, Naveen, I'll give you time. Yeah. Yes, yes, Riman. Yeah.
Yeah, I was asking you, sir, that if we go for an interview, then if we
Correct.
say that we have 2 to 3 years of experience,
Yes.
so they will ask what kind of projects have you done. So at the time, can we explain some of the projects that maybe
Of
that
course,
have been
that's the
done?
main reason, guys. So
Yeah.
that's the main reason we are covering the case studies as well. So
Okay.
you can explain this one, right? So why did I mention it this much clear? You can read it now. Sir, I
Right.
am working on a project where employee travel records are maintained in CSV files in their server. In the current scenario, visualization team is directly using these files. In this scenario, data cleaning and processing is getting compromised. So the client asked us to properly clean and transform this data, load it to the BigQuery so that the visualization team will take from the BigQuery. So this is
Right, sir.
a clear-cut case study with following transformation with an architecture. So with the
Okay, sir.
code. So
Okay,
everything
okay.
is very much clearly we have developed it. A
Okay.
lot of thought given into this particular course. Yeah.
Right, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes, Naveen Reddy. Naveen Reddy. Yeah. Yes, Naveen. Yes, I can hear you. Yes. Yeah. Sorry for that. I have called you, but you couldn't able to speak up at that point of time. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, please. Yes, SQL and Python for sure. SQL and Python for sure. SQL is on you. SQL is a prerequisite for this course. Python is on me. I'll teach you the Python. And PySpark is on me. I'll teach you the PySpark. And Beam on me, Apache Beam, that is on me. I'll be teaching you. SQL is on you guys. Okay. That we will be covering here. If you know the SQL, we will be developing the SQL. We will be learning the SQL development. Okay. Yeah. Your total experience matters. It doesn't matter whether you are a GCP experience or not. Then in that case, you mentioned last 3 years. Last 3 years. Yeah, for 2 years also it will be having. That doesn't actually ask you that how many years on GCP. They will ask you because for GCP is different, for AWS and Azure it's different. But for your experience, I would suggest you to mention as 2.5 to 3 years. Okay. Yeah. For 5 years, I would say 2 years. Yeah. Yes. Data processing. It's not mining. I mean, we don't worry on the mining much, but we will focus mainly on the data processing with Spark and Hadoop and all of those things. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Naveen. Yep. Thank you. Yes, guys. Anyone have any other question? I see one of the question, Arun Sai, sir, how can I learn this course before learning this course? Okay, that's a different question. Sir, how can I learn this course? And before I learning this course, which course I wanted to learn? Sir, there's nothing you have to learn, Arun Sai. So you don't need to learn anything before joining this course. But I would suggest you to go to YouTube. Okay, I suggest you to. Those who wanted to be ready for this course, go to YouTube. Just to focus on SQL in your own mother tongue. Okay, just in your mother tongue, not in the English, not in Tamil. If your mother tongue is Telugu or English or Hindi, whatever it is, go to that particular SQL channel. Try to watch 3 to 4 hours of video. That's it. That's more than enough for you to. That's what I tell you to my students also. You don't need to learn SQL in your English or other languages. Focus on in your mother tongue. 3 to 4 hours you watch it. I am telling you, no one will stop you to learn the SQL. Okay, it's easy to learn in your mother tongue. Go, because we don't want it to, because SQL basics only I am asking. Development we will cover in our sessions. Okay, SQL development we will cover. Don't worry about that. But SQL basics I am talking. So basics you learn from the YouTube videos or anywhere. After that one, you are ready for the course. That's it. Okay, for all of the people, the same thing I'm telling. If you are already familiar with the SQL, that is well and good. I would suggest you to brush up. But all other people who does not know SQL, who are coming from some other background, just go to YouTube in your own mother tongue. Try to learn SQL with 3 to 4 hours. If you watch it, that's more than enough. Yeah. So yes, Sandeep Jadhav.
Hi, sir. Is
Yes,
it
please.
advanced level Python knowledge required or
No,
will be basic
advanced
level?
nowadays is not required, guys, because we are not building the applications. So basics only. So I will tell you guys. So
Okay.
I'll show you my Python notebook how it looks like. If you guys give me time. So my Python notebook for you. So we are going to cover very beautifully, guys. We are going to cover the Python basics, I am telling you, you are going to get a very good knowledge on this one. Okay, 1 minute.
Okay, sir.
Let me open it here so that you guys can see what are the things that we are going to cover. So it should be opening up. So the Jupyter server opened here. So this is my Python notebook, guys. We are going to cover here everything. Okay, so what is Python? What we are going to cover? We are having 4 chapters for 7 days. Python basics. What is strings, operators, numbers, and booleans. Chapter 2, data structures. Chapter 3, programming constructions like if-else loop, for loops, exceptional handling, file input, output operations, and functions. That's more than enough. Okay, it takes 7 days for us to easily learn these basics. So these things we are going to cover. Okay, yep. Okay, I think that is it, guys. Any other questions I see? From Microsoft SQL Server DBA to GCP data engineer, how to justify the cross platform? You can justify, Sarita. That's not at all a problem. You can easily tell that. So I got a chance to work on the GCP data engineer in our current company. We have they are building a new GCP data engineering team. So they have actually recruited me. It's because I know the SQL and Python. That's it. That's how you justify. And you people are coming from non-IT background like mechanical and production, and now they are getting the job. They're putting their fake experience such as, so they worked on 3 years on productions, but they are mentioning that 3 years on GCP and they are getting the job. You're already working in a DBA admin and all of those things. It's easy for you to justify it. Okay, that's not at all a problem. Yeah. So here creating a pipelines means like Jenkins pipelines or anything different which you will be creating pipeline. No, no, no. Creating pipelines here is like a data processing pipelines, building a pipeline to extract the data, transform the data, load the data. So those kind of a ETL kind of pipelines we are going to cover. Okay, yeah, you can switch it to the, even though you have 1-2 years experience also, you can switch it to the GCP data engineer. That's not at all a problem. You are going to get a very good tech stack here. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think I might have answered all the questions. The training recordings. 1 minute, guys. So training recordings will be accessed for, I think, for 1 year at least. Okay, you can request the admin also. They will provide you the even more if you want. Okay, the notes that's with me. That's for lifetime. Okay, lifetime you'll be having access. Yeah. Anyone have any other questions? I see someone was asking in between. Who is that? Thanks, Sarita. Yes, yes. Yes, Vijay. Not now, not now. So that's not possible now. Once you guys have enrolled for the course within 2 days, I'll be for sure sharing you guys. Sharing this material, video recordings, a group will be created for you. Whenever there is a question you can to ask, the course related details also will be posted on the group itself. Right? So these 3 things, once you guys are enrolled for the course, we'll be sharing with you guys. Okay? Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you all. Okay, for if you guys have any questions, if you wanted to talk with me personally also, you can connect with the admin guys. So they will connect with me. We can talk each other. If you guys have any questions also, I'm available for any time. You can connect with the admin. So at least 3 to 4 minutes I can able to spare some time if you wanted to connect with me. Okay, so even in the classes also, whenever you have any question, you can just raise your hand. I'll be able to answer it. I see someone talking. Yes, Riman.
Sir, what would be the time here? The same
Yes,
time will
the
be
time, same
continued?
time. The
Same
timings
time,
will be 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. The
9.
same time,
Okay,
yes.
okay, okay. And sir, what all ETL tools do we need to learn, or is there any prerequisite of ETL tools that we
Nothing
need
is
to?
required. You don't need to worry about it. I suggest to come up with a SQL fresh brain. That's it.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. The session starts from daily at 9 p.m. guys. Today is a demo, so that's the reason I have not talked about any topic. From tomorrow onwards, the module 1 starts. Okay, so that's tomorrow is a very interesting session. Even though you wanted to join this course or not, I suggest you to join the tomorrow session and see it. How beautifully you are going to understand about the very important topic, why we need the cloud platforms. Okay, so we are going to cover that tomorrow, guys. Okay, so this is for tomorrow's session. We will be sharing how you are going to, why the cloud platforms came into the picture, what were the challenges that people were facing, how the cloud came into the picture and solved that problem. We will be seeing tomorrow. Okay, yep. Thank you all. This is it for today. If anyone have any questions, you can ask me, and this is our tomorrow session. Yeah, any questions, anyone? I hope everyone's questions was solved.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Great. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. We will meet tomorrow at the same time, guys. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye. Yep.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, guys.